Doing? Start by saying if you like reseller content and you like toys and board games and video game content, please like, subscribe, and comment. I've been saying that at the end of all the videos and realized that that's probably not reaching every set of ears. So, this has been the single worst week of sourcing I've had reselling since I started like 4 years ago. I have bought one thing this week, and you are looking at it. So, today I went out, and it was slim pickings, and I noticed this on the shelf. It was, this was the view I had. So I saw Marauder Chess Challenger. So, this is kind of electronics slash board games. So, talk about board games selling. The three things we look for are games that are collectible, games that are playable, and games that are parts for those two categories. So, this is probably all three. I'm guessing it's collectible. Chess is obviously a playable game, and this is interesting because it's a computer that you play against, which when it came out, I'm sure was one of a kind. Now, obviously, you have a lot of options from like playing on your phone, playing online. But I think this will hold value because it's something that'll work with batteries. You can take it to a cabin, not have to be connected. That's a big thing for some people. And pieces, of course. I already looked up value. There's 2 for sale and 2 sold. So that's 100% pass through, basically. The ones for sale are not in as good of condition or they're missing pieces. So we're really just determining, does this work? Do I have all the pieces? And just looking at it, it's kind of cool. So the reason I grabbed it before I really, knew what it was, and usually I look for a year. This doesn't have a year, but it has made in Hong Kong. So, Hong Kong was a British colony up until I think the mid 60s, 70s, and then they started relinquishing control of it. So products prior to that say made in British Hong Kong. And then made in Hong Kong went until like the early 90s, I believe. But usually it means something is from the 80s. So, there's no year, but made in Hong Kong, I'm guessing this is from the 80s. We may have to do some untaping. So you can see even the tape is super old on this. And this side's actually open. I'm not going to untape it because a box this old is going to be problematic. It's not in pristine condition, obviously, but I don't want to make it worse. So I think we're just going to live with the tape being on it. So let's bust it open. I'll have to change the angle here. Bear with me. All right. And that is, while a disturbing sound, I'm sure. I do this with board games I can't open all the time. If you can hear a lot of pieces moving, it's a much better bet that the whole thing is there. Games like Life that have a lot of pieces, if you move it and you don't really hear anything, it's not worth picking up. Because I'm generally selling those just for parts. We have a manual, so I feel like this is probably not even functional without the manual. Looking at the box, there's 32 difficulty levels, and then like 4 levels of processing. It seems very complicated. And I'm definitely not going to attempt to play it because I think you have to, like, key in stuff as you go so the computer knows what you're up to. But I can play chess, but I'm not gonna spend my life on this. Oh, okay, so there's timed modes. A lot of modes. Okay, there's not actually that many instructions, it's just every language. Okay, sure. We got that. Get this out of here. I don't know what batteries this takes. Alright. Somebody threw some energizers in here. Nice. So I paid $5 for this. It takes... Oh, they put the wrong side. Oh, no. That's legit. It takes 4 AA's. That is really weird that they threw them in there. I don't think the person giving it away intentionally did that. So it's not corroded. So that was one big thing, is something this old, if they left the batteries in, the batteries are going to explode. I don't know how old this pack of batteries is. So I guess we'll get straight to this part and throw these in. On and off. So those batteries could be as old as this thing, so it's not firing up. Unless some of them slipped. Yeah, so I'm going to speculate those are no good. But I was going to get to batteries later anyways. So let's see if we got all our pieces. So, like I said, 2 for sale. One has no box, and the other one I think is missing pieces. I didn't look at what the sold ones had going for them, because it just kind of didn't matter. But they were selling, I got this for $5, they were selling average $35. Alright, so we got... I'm not entirely sure how these get set up. The board does it for you when you play online. So I think rooks are in the corner. Pawns are in the front. I forget that. I think it's bishop. Let's see if we got even close to everything. So there are no pieces for sale for this. So I figured at worst, I will be the only guy selling pieces for a very old game. It most assuredly get my $5 back doing that. Okay, so far. I don't think it senses pieces or anything like that. That would have to be pretty sophisticated. Did we make it? We made it. We got... Oh, whoops. Well, whatever. Confused the queen with the rook. So we have all the pieces. So that's awesome. Alright. We're gonna take a moment to take a picture of this for my listing, and I gotta track down batteries and see if we can get this thing working. Alright, so I procured some batteries. So looking at the pieces, I'm interested if the game will even work without them, because they have like an odd coating on the bottom. It almost looks red, like there's some kind of infrared or something like that in the piece. I kind of figured you had to punch in what you were doing, but it might be that the board knows what you're doing based on moving. There is a position thing, like I don't know how advanced this is to do that. It just seems that there might be something with the pieces themselves. And the fact I have an entire set, it might be worth almost as much as the game itself. Alright, so we got batteries. I had to take these from my remote control and my keyboard, so I needed to spare the mouse batteries. I'm just flat out of AA's. The kids love remote control cars, and they love forgetting to shut them off. So it leaves us with not very many batteries. We are plugged back in. Do I need the cover? For our best bet, we'll throw the cover on, just in case. Alright. I don't understand how this could be broken. It actually looks fantastic. There is... What is that? Some kind of port. I don't know why I would need batteries and a port. If I can figure out what that is, it may be able to power it up. It should be turning on, so I'll check directions and see if there's a trick to this. So, tried some different batteries. Grabbed the batteries that were in the box, and I tried them in other things, and the batteries were actually brand new, and for whatever reason, when I put them back in, it's working. So we got a light here, and it's thinking about stuff. If we can get it to do anything here. I don't know how this works. Memory, new game. I just reset something. Yeah, it works. So that's pretty cool. So now we're going to be figuring out value. Here's what we got. Like I said, 2 for sale and 2 sold. So we have one nice working vintage Fidelity. It's the game. They have all the pieces. They have some pictures. What they don't have is the box. Unless it's in the description, but I feel if you took 8 pictures of something, you would have taken a picture of the box. So, it's working. But no box, so mine is worth more, even though the box is beat up. And they are asking 37 bucks. Then we got one with the box, but no pieces. And that's $35. And we didn't really get the answer of, does this work without the pieces? And this does not describe it working without the pieces or not. So I don't know. So we will look at sold. So right now I feel good around. So then we're going to get into how long do I want to hang on to this? Because again, 2 sold. One that sold for 27 had no pieces. This one was $44. Oh, sorry, $45. And it looks nicer than mine. So I could list it for 40, and I think that is reasonable, but am I going to end up owning it for longer than I want to? Or I could list it for 35, and it's going to sell before either of these. So I'm just kind of, for $5, I may end up having this thing for a year. Now, I'm not saying this is going to go out the door, but I am saying it's going to go out the door quicker at 35. And I only paid 5. So it's going to be 10 shipping for somebody. So I'm going to list it for 25 and I'm going to make good money on this. And that's really the question you ask yourself when you're a reseller is, how much juice do I want to squeeze out of it? Because it's going to take longer the more money I want. So if you have a ton of space and you don't need money, you can price things for just kind of whatever you want. And you're going to accumulate more things, but you're going to make more money over time. If you have less space to work with, you can price things lower and you get that money back quicker. I do it not because I need the money, this is just my side hustle, but because I just don't like to have a lot of things. I have a space for them, but it gets annoying finding things when I need to package stuff to go out, which is every single day. And especially larger stuff like this. So we're going to do 25 with bill to shipping, which ends up being 35 bucks. So not a bad pickup, but I really hope this coming week is better for sourcing. I've never ever had it where I've been, most weeks I go out probably 4 to 5 times in the week. This week I was very busy with work. I think I only went out 3 times, but I went probably 6 stores and I got nothing. And today I went out to 1 store and got something. Tomorrow, I am taking the kids out with me in the morning. Hopefully they behave and they like going to stores with me. So we'll hit as many as we can tomorrow. And hopefully come out with something. Or else we're going to have not really any content, unfortunately, unless people want to watch me look at old product and reprice them, which I was thinking of doing, but hopefully we don't come to that. So, I reiterate, if you like reseller content, you like vintage toys, board games, video games, and the like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate that, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.